Education 1030 students. I hope everyone had a great week. You were getting this video just a few days late. We were home for weather, inclement weather, and that caused me not to be able to get the videos because I didn't have a webcam. But nonetheless, you're getting it today. So this week, you are going to be taking your Unit 1 exam. So I have materials listed here for you. Also, if you'll note here, you also are going to have to submit your first video reflection for exploring the field. So let's go ahead and dive into what this week is going to look like. So I cannot believe it's already our first exam. So this exam is going to cover chapters 1, 12, 3, and 4, which is all of Unit 1. Remember, we did chapter 12 early on in the semester because we wanted to go ahead and have that connection to exploring the field so you can begin your project work. Now, you will have to watch one of the Exploring the Field videos for this unit. You do have 3 altogether, but you were only completing 1, and I'll show you in just a moment where to go. The next thing you're going to do is you are going to study for your exam. Now, I did tell several students to not submit the reading organizers. There was no place for you to submit them to Dropbox. But now's the time for you to email them to me. So if you've been working on chapters 1, 12, 3, and 4 reading organizers and review sheets, I want you to email them to me. This is a way for you to earn bonus points on the Unit 1 exam. So you see here, I have given you several study tools to help you study for exam 1. You have a review sheet that you will look at and study from. You have your reading organizers, and then also, I don't know how many of you are familiar with Quizlets, but I went ahead and put some in there. I have Quizlet Matching, I have Quizlet Learn, Quizlet Practice Test, and then Quizlet Flashcards. I really feel like if you use these tools and you've been reading the chapters and completing the homework assignments and also study using the review sheet, you're going to do really well on the test. So go ahead and email me the reading organizers, and then I will add any of those bonus points you earn to your actual exam. Now, you'll see here that the Quizlets will close. This date is a little bit wrong. I'm going to go ahead and open it back up because I didn't get the video to you, and maybe you haven't looked ahead, but those are going to probably close the morning of our exam. So our exam actually is due on February 27th, so that's this Thursday. So what I'll do is the Quizlets will close probably February 27th at 8 in the morning, and then at that time you should have had time to study for the exam. So make sure that the quiz, now just keep in mind, the exam is a little bit different than quizzes. You do not have multiple attempts. Exam 1, you have 1 attempt at it, so please be mindful of that. Do not click on it until you are ready to take the exam. It will be timed just like the quizzes. You will have 15 minutes to answer 60 questions. Remember, it must be completed all the way through once you begin the exam. So that's just a little note there. Now, for exploring the field, underneath the exam, you're going to see that there is a box added, a link to the Dropbox for your exploring the field. This is also going to be due on February 27th. So I will show you where to go get the videos. And just remember, this date will change. So what you're seeing on the screen now when you watch it might look different when you actually get in there. I'm going to change the dates on the Quizlets for you to give you some more time to use them to study for the exam. So to get to the Exploring the Field, as I mentioned in the last video, you have to click under Unit 3. So you'll click on that, and it's going to be Exploring the Field. You will have to scroll down a little bit until you see Exploring the Field videos. Now, remember, you were only completing 1, even though there's 3 in total. Do you want to complete them all at one time? You're welcome to, but you're only submitting 1 for Unit 1. And remember, it's okay if you complete a video in the field that you're interested in, but the other 2 should be something that you are not majoring in. So something that is far-fetched from what you are wanting to do for your career. The whole point is to explore career fields that you are not really versed in or you have no idea about, because it's about exploring. So remember, the videos are broken up into divisions: health programs, humanities, math, natural science, behavior, social science, business and tech ed. So I encourage you to click on the division, and you're going to see that you're going to have different careers. There's someone that we interviewed in accounting, and then one in human resource management. So once you pick the video you want, underneath you will also see the reflection. The reflection questions are already there for you, as well as the directions. You will just download the reflection and type directly into the box, and then that will get submitted to the Dropbox. Now remember, there's two ways to get to the Dropbox. The easiest way is underneath our Unit 1 exam and review materials toward the bottom. The other way is if you go to assessments and click on Dropbox. You will scroll all the way toward the bottom, because that's the section that's exploring the field. And you're going to see exploring the field, reflection 1, due February 27th, and that's where it will go. The last thing that I wanted to go over before we get off of here is your outline for your presentation. So remember, one of the big parts of this project, or pieces of this project, is to do a presentation on your chosen career field. So before you get into actually using Canva or using PowerPoint or whatever tool you're using to record yourself for your visuals, we need to do an outline. So just like if you were doing a paper, you need to do an outline for the presentation. So if you go back to content and you click on exploring the field underneath Unit 3, you are going to find toward the very bottom it'll be underneath the presentation. You're going to see a section here that talks a lot about the presentation. And I really want you to read carefully, because you're going to see that you're only going to have 3 to 5 minutes in length. Now, why does that matter for the outline? Well, you'll see here, the outline is due on March 20th. And you're thinking, well, I've got time. Not really, because we're almost at the end of February now, and March is coming up. And I want you to have time to send me your outline to make sure it's correct. I do not want you to work on your presentation until you get approval from me, meaning that once you send me and email me your outline, I will say, and you could even put it in the Dropbox if you'd rather do that, and email me saying, I've submitted it, can you please look at it? Once I look at it, I will approve and say, yes, this looks great, I have no suggestions, go ahead and start working on your PowerPoint presentation, or Canva, or whatever tool you're going to use, or Google Slides, however you want to put your presentation together. I do not want you to do your presentation without getting approval, meaning that I think your outline is good and you're heading in the right direction. But the reason it's important for you to read this is you're going to see that these are some suggested topic slides that you could use, things that you would talk about when you're explaining this field to someone maybe that are not familiar with this field. And then if you scroll down, you're going to see that you can actually earn an extra 10 bonus points on this presentation. If you are to interview someone and have the opportunity to, which I encourage you, someone who does this career that you're exploring, you could ask them questions I've listed here, and you could insert 1 or 2 of those inside your presentation. That will earn you bonus points. Now remember, you will have to email me your interview, like who you interviewed, their name, their title, position, where they work, all that stuff, and the question and answers. You will have to submit proof, but nonetheless, this can earn you 10 bonus points on the presentation. Remember, this presentation is going to be about your career interest. So where do you get the outline? If you scroll down, you're going to see a bunch of forms, and you're going to see some drop boxes. The outline form is right underneath the presentation topic form. So I want to show you what it looks like. Okay, so here is the topic presentation outline. What I want you to do is download it and type in it. That's the easiest thing instead of starting from scratch. You'll see here that these are just ideas to get you started. However, this is the format I want you to use. This is called a formal outline, used mostly in academia. So I want you to make sure that you follow this format. But as far as what goes in here, that's up to you, because as I mentioned, when you read through the actual presentation, rules and questions and that whole section, it's going to give you some suggested things for you to research so you can put in your presentation. But this is not what it has to look like, meaning that you laid out how you want. You may not have these sorts of things in there. It's really your presentation, so I want you to put how you want it to look and how you want it to flow and how you want it organized. Remember, an outline is to help you organize and highlight the key points you want to talk about and that you're going to be presenting. So once you get this, you can go ahead and submit it to Dropbox under Exploring the Field, presentation outline, and then email me, remember, and I will approve you to continue on and start working on your presentation, or I will give you feedback and some suggestions, and then you could edit. That's why I'm encouraging you to do it now and start working on it. Do not wait, because you will not have time for me to look at it to get approval to start working on your presentation. All right, that covers Unit 1. Remember, this week is Unit 1 exam, so go ahead and study, get in there, use the tool Quizlets, use your review sheet, use your reading organizers. These are great study tools, guys. Also, do not wait till Thursday night to take the exam. If you were to have some kind of problems or technical difficulties, you would run out of time and you will not be able to get it completed. I told you it would take you an hour, so do not waste and wait till the very end. All right, guys, so if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I hope you guys have a great week and good luck on the exam.